Hi, so this video is going to be a really quick mini Colourpop haul. Despite Colourpop being a company for only about a year now, it's been creating a lot of buzz throughout the beauty community. I had been meaning to place an order with Colourpop for a while. Finally, they celebrated their first year of being a company and they released a limited edition birthday girl eyeshadow that they gave away with every single purchase. Although this is my first order that I've ever placed through Colourpop, I did want to mention that I only had one shadow from them that I actually won in an Instagram giveaway back in October. This is in the shade Slave to Pink. It's a Super Shock pressed pigment. It's a very bright hot pink, and it has a blue-based purple shift to it. I figured since this is the only other Colourpop product I had, I might as well mention it in this video. If you are interested in getting this shadow, it is ultra pigmented and really nice, but the only bummer that I find is that you're not allowed to use it around the eye area, which is kind of lame because I would love to use this as a winged liner. I just wanted to mention this anyway because it's absolutely beautiful. Now inside was obviously my invoice, and there was 3 little post-it cards, or info cards I guess you could say. They tell you how to use these Super Shock shadows, the tips and tricks of how to use them. Then this other one is about their Lippie Stix, all the finishes, describes how to use them, and about the Lippie pencils, which I did not pick up any Lippie pencils in this haul. And this purple one is a handwritten thank you note. I really like that companies like to personalize. That's why I've always loved ordering from Sugar Pill, besides the products of course, but they always like write thank you, heart Amy, you know, something like that. So mine says, "Hi Desiree, glad to see you've stocked up for your daily dose of vitamin me. XOXO Colourpop." Now onto the stuff that you actually want to see. I picked up one Super Shock shadow, and then of course I got this one for free. These are $5 each, just like the Lippie Stix and the Lippie pencils. So the one that I picked up is a matte finish. It's in the shade Coppa Feel. I would describe this shade as a matte creamy beige. If you've ever tried the lmao shadow softies, it kind of has that same texture, the moussey-like texture. But I believe that the quality of this is 100% better than the shadow softies. Basically, the way that I use the Coppa Feel shade is I like to apply it all over my lid and blend it up to the brow bone. On the website, the shadow looked to be a little bit darker than it was, and I thought it would be a perfect matte transition shade. But when I did finally decide to use it on my eyes, it was way too light and it almost blended in with my actual skin tone. I don't regret getting it because it works really well just as a base all over my lid after applying my eye base, and then that's when I take this shade all over the lid. This is the limited edition birthday girl shadow in celebration of Colourpop turning 1 year old. It is a metallic finish and I don't believe it's up for sale. I think they're just giving it out with every purchase. It is extremely shiny and it is chock full of glitter. Some advice that I could give you if you plan on getting any of the glittery shades from Colourpop is to apply the glittery shades on your eye before you apply your foundation, because when I applied this I noticed there was a lot of glitter fallout. Besides that, it's an absolutely gorgeous shade, so I'll go ahead and swatch it for you and show it on my hand. It is a gorgeous shade and I love it, and even if you aren't able to get your hands on this limited edition shade, I believe there are bronzy shades very close to this one on their website that is part of their permanent line. Now on to the cheek products. I did not purchase this. This was actually given to me by my coworker Ashley, the same lovely girl that gave me the NYX Eyebrow Gel that I actually did a review on, so if you want to see that video I will link it in the description box. She bought this blush and when she swatched it she realized it was too close to her skin tone, so she decided to give it to me and I'm so happy that she did. This is the shade Aphrodisiac and it is a matte finish. I applied it with my e.l.f. small stipple brush, and you would think that this would be way too intense on my cheeks, but once you buff it out with a brush that has no product on it, it goes perfectly fine, and I had no problems blending it out whatsoever. I know that the lighting isn't the best, please forgive that. It's a very gloomy day out. It's been raining all day. Blush, oh my gosh, I am just in love with it. I would never think that I would love a blush like this, but I'm so happy that my friend Ashley gave this to me, so thank you so much Ashley. It's a really good product. I had been loving every single picture I saw on Instagram of their highlighter swatches. I believe they have around 16 to 20 of them and they're all in a pearlized finish. The shade of highlighter that I did actually pick up is called Cheesecake, and I have such fair skin that I didn't know how this would work out for me, but on the swatch videos that I saw, it came out as a very subtle pearl pink. I am so happy that I picked up this shade. It works so well for me. It gives me a healthy glow to my skin, kind of dewy, but without looking greasy. Again, it has that same kind of moussey feel, but it's not as pigmented as the eyeshadows. That way you can't like overdo your highlight. This is my favorite product out of the entire Colourpop haul, and I am so surprised by that because you would think it would be the lip products, but nope, it's the highlighter. Now onto the Lippie Stix. Like I said earlier in the video, these are $5 a piece. I picked up 5 shades, and while I was placing my online order, I had to keep repeating to myself, you don't need any more hot pinks. You don't need any more pinks, because it's really hard because they had a lot of cute pink shades on there that I really wanted. But when I went through my lipstick collection about a week ago, I realized I had way too many pinks and too many blue-based reds. So what I did is I got 5 shades that are all completely different from each other, and I wanted to get different finishes as well to try out as many formulas as possible. I am going to do live swatches of them from lightest to dark. So the lightest shade is what I have on now, and this is in the shade Cake. This is a satin finish, and on the Colourpop website it's described as a bright pastel peach. I will tell you that the very first time that I put this on, I thought it looked ugly on me. Like, I thought I would not like it at all. But then after I applied it a few more times and wearing it right now, I really like this shade. The satin finish glides on really smoothly, and as you can see, it's really full coverage. So again, this is the shade Cake. The one that I'm wearing on my lips right now is in the shade Chi Chi. It's described as a bright, true orange in a matte finish. Normally, I'm one that avoids wearing oranges because I think they look absolutely horrible on me. But I'll tell you what, within the past couple months, I have been obsessed with orange everything. Orange accessories, orange lip colors, orange just on my face, for my cheeks. I think that orange might just be my color for this summer, but I'm not sure yet. The matte finish I don't think applies as smoothly as the satin finish like Cake, but I do still think it applies pretty nicely, and it doesn't dry out my lips, which is a really good thing. This next shade is called Go Fish, and it is in a hyper glossy finish. I do think that the hyper glossy finishes apply even better than the satin finish, and it takes 0 time at all to apply it on your lips. Extremely pigmented, and I absolutely love this color. It's described on the website as a vibrant coral red. I also think that this shade is so easy for anybody to pull off. This is actually my first time wearing this color on my lips. It feels like butter on the lips, at least the hyper glossy. I don't know if the glossy is that way. This shade is called Corset, and it's described on the website as a pink lavender lilac. On the website, this shade looks a little bit lighter than it does inside the tube, but when it applies on your lips, it's more like medium coverage, so it does sheer out to that light color. I will say though that after my contents had been inside the bubble mailer in like intense heat for a few hours, but I pulled them out of the package to swatch them, the hyper glossy formulas were almost like melting, so you have to be very careful to not have them in like direct sunlight or anything for too long. But other than that, these are really nice, and they feel extra moisturizing on the lips. Now this shade is more neutral as opposed to the other pops of bright colors that I picked up. This is the shade Lumiere, and it is a matte finish just like Chi Chi. I do think that it applies just the same as Chi Chi does. This is described on the website as a dusty pink mauve, and it was created by Kathleen Lights here on YouTube. I think this is a gorgeous darker neutral shade, and I think that this shade is perfect to go with any look that you do. Thank you so much for watching my mini Colourpop haul. I hope it wasn't too long, but I really wanted to film the live swatches and demos to show you how to apply the products, or at least how I apply the products, and instead of doing a first impression, tell you how I really enjoy these products. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you'll stick around for more videos to come. Bye! Does Maleficent like Colourpop products? She is like so miserable.